Welcome, everybody. Hope we're doing good. And as per always, guys, we got a Q&A call. You guys provide the Q, we provide the A. Let's open up a couple of lines.
Yeah,
and
we'll we got an announcement.
Folks.
And we got an announcement, too, once we're opened up.
Boom. We do. Do we want to... do we lose sound? Cam lost sound. Hang on a second. Let's open up Cam. We'll do the announcement up. When do you want to do the announcement, buddy?
Let's make sure they can see our screen.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Cam, you're self-muted, buddy. Hopefully you can unmute yourself. See if you can hear us. There he is. Cam, are you able to hear us?
Yes.
Hey, how's it going, Cam? What's happening?
Hey, not much. Just up the wall here trying to learn from the masters. How are you guys doing?
Good stuff. I heard something about that. You're breaking up a little, but I heard masters. So I'm thinking, there we go. Guys throwing around compliments over there. We like Cam. Well done.
Yeah, no, I was just saying I'm just up flying the wall here trying to learn from the masters. Hopefully you heard me that time.
Okay, sorry, buddy. I'm not able to hear you too good there, man. Can you come a little closer, maybe?
Yeah, I'm gonna play with my audio and see if I can switch. Looks like it's not working.
Okay, try that quick, and otherwise we're gonna open somebody up. And again, to everybody else listening, guys, if you got a Q&A, if you got a question, put your hand up, plunk it in the box, or just put your hand up and we'll open you up. Okay, Cam disappeared. Cam, we'll come back to you, buddy. We'll come back to you. Now that we're on C's. Oh, there we go. There he is.
All right, I'm back. So I switched over to a different mic. Is that a little better for you guys?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, now we can hear you. Great. Awesome. How's it going, Cam? Give us the 101.
Yeah, doing great. What did you say, one-on-one?
Just the 101. How's it going in Cam's world?
Oh, man. So it's going really well. I just got back from Florida. We were out there doing the whole Disney thing with the kid while he was out on spring break. But, I had to pull away from this, and now I feel like I need to kind of relearn this. Not really, but I was already new to begin with. I was doing the speaker thing for a little bit as I was exiting my corporate gig, and then I just decided to, I'm going to jump over to the coaching. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and which is what attracted me to the speaker in the first place. But right now I'm just really focused on learning, getting acclimated. I want to build up my confidence so that when I do a presentation or speak to people, they can feel my confidence and be able to truly help and make a difference. So the product and everything that you guys have put out there is amazing. I can tell there's a lot of work, and obviously there's a big team behind it all. So thanks for everything, and I'll do my part and my best to ensure that I represent LPW in the best light possible. So yeah, guys, thank you.
No. Awesome. All right, man. Well, thanks. Appreciate it. And if you were to throw a question at us about the software, what would you ask? If I put you on the spot.
So I'm actually more I haven't dived into or dove into the software as much. I've kind of bounced around a little bit. But if I were to say what sort of question I would have is, in my mind, I guess that the hurdle that I'm needing to overcome is how to put this whole thing together, right? And so I'm kind of like, I think you brought it up that you're very big picture thinking, and that's kind of how I am. And so I can look at it from the big picture. And so once that all makes sense, I'm not really worried about the little things. I think that with time and activity, the little things will sort themselves out. But really what I want to get a good understanding is big picture, like steps 1 through 10. This is how you get a client from, marketing or just interaction over to getting them signed up. And I know that the software has a lot to do with it, and I actually plan on taking that $197 course or that one-on-one that you guys are offering, which is awesome, by the way.
Role play, yep.
That's kind of my question, is just big picture, initial steps to follow. And here's another thing. Actually, I posted a quick comment on the LPW group a few weeks ago before I left on my trip. There was one of the coaches, she had a question regarding the materials being available in Spanish. And so I'm Hispanic. I was born in Mexico. I come from a very humble background. I've been fortunate enough to, get myself into a pretty decent position here in life, considering my background. Not to brag or anything, but I say that to lead to this next point is the Spanish speaking. I feel that this information is really missing in that whole community. And I mean, I'll help anybody who needs help, obviously, especially, money talks. But my question was, or the question that was asked was this material available in Spanish? And obviously it's currently not. But then I wanted to figure out a good way to target the Hispanic demographic. So I guess two questions for you. Big picture and any good ideas on how to target that demographic.
Yeah. Okay. Let's handle number one first. Just with anybody, the first thing we got to do is establish the little red arrow. You are here. You're a speaker, did I hear? You got a speaking background?
No. So I started as a speaker, and that was when I was still doing my corporate gig. But
yeah.
The pandemic didn't really give us too many opportunities to go and speak in live events. And although I made a few attempts to do them online, I didn't have the success. But I really love the idea of coaching, and so I just made the decision. You know what? I'm gonna quit my corporate gig, and I'm just gonna dedicate myself to the coaching business. I also have a small side business to kind of just help me get by or whatnot. But no, I'm no longer a speaker. I am an LPW coach, and I've been one for let's say about 6 weeks or so.
Yep. Wow. Okay. Yep. So you're pretty fresh. Where do you live?
I live about 25 miles from Chicago, so here in Illinois.
Chicago. Okay. So look, a little like you got to go through the training. Like have you been to Walt's training?
Oh yeah. I've done the training, and I actually am thinking about going back and doing it again. But yeah.
Yeah. So look, you got to work out. You got to go through the lead generation of the 100K training, and you got to establish. Look, how are you going to go about generating your leads? Just real quick, because I want to get to some software questions and whatnot. But I'm going to give you number one. You could just pick up the phone and do it old school cold calling, and just conceptually, what you're going to do is pick up the phone and just help 3 people every single day. Who are you going to help? You're driving by, you see signs, you see billboards, you go to your junk mail, and you got a bunch of crap in your mailbox. It's the local newspaper, it's the coupon book, anybody advertising that you're driving down the road and you see a truck drive by and he's got, XYZ fencing on the side. You call these guys and you just help them, right? And you come and genuinely help them come from a place of service, not from a place of how can I turn this into a coaching client? And you're going to find it'll start very slow. But if you did that every day for 90 days, I promise you're going to have tons of clients. It's going to be hard work, and that's not the easy way to do it. But quite frankly, that's a really good way to build a good foundation, because you'd be helping a lot of business owners over a short period of time. Here's something you've got a speaking background, another manner, like another process to basically follow is call the local. That's why I asked where you are. I'm not sure if you guys are open there, if you can put together a room of 10 people and just keep them, 6 feet apart, yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. But just pick up the phone, follow Live Event Mastery to an absolute T. And all it looks like is, again, picking up the phone, sending out private messages, sending emails, contacting the accountant, contacting the networking group, contacting anybody, putting 10 people in a room. All you do is get up there and we got a word for word script of exactly what I would say if I got up there. You just do your presentation. Again, you get up there, don't do it from a place of how much money I can make. You do it from a place of these 10 people are going to leave and never see business the same. And you do that event. At the end, the close is right there in the word for word script. But basically, hey, do you want a little bit of help with this? Fill out the yellow card on your table. And let's get together one-to-one, and I'll find you $100,000 in 45 minutes without you spending an extra dollar on marketing or advertising. And you'll get conversions with 100% certainty. But you can't just do one event and then come back and tell us, oh, it didn't work. It's not the way it works. You got to commit yourself to doing 10 events. You've got to play the long ball here. This isn't a 3-week thing. This is a, 10-year thing. So do 10 events, and believe me, the numbers will flesh out and you will have more coaching. If you do those events and you continue to do those events, you will be so busy you won't be able to keep up. So you just said, and what does that mean? Follow live event mastery to a T, and you do real well. But you got to do the lead generation training, pick your poison, and then just start doing it. And don't let the story get in the way or somebody telling you to buzz off to get in the way. Make sense?
I can do that, and I appreciate that. I think that I was actually I've already been calling people, and so one of the recordings that I heard from you was because I think I was having this challenge. You had mentioned you don't have a lead generation problem, you have a not willing to help people for free problem.
Oh,
and so
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So I took that and I actually, I made a few phone calls and I got, there was one, he's still thinking about it, some of the information. I'm obviously not going to push the issue, but I did get a second one. And so, as I worked through my own personal training through LPW, I went ahead and signed this client up. And so I'm going to be helping her on a no charge basis. Yep. I told her I would do a maximum of 3 months. But the reason I targeted her was because she's got a very unique business niche. And so what she's doing is she's helping businesses get organized. So like, whether it's through QuickBooks, Excel, just files, whatever it is, just helping businesses get organized. And so I told her that it's a really good idea. If you compare it to like 1-800-GOT-JUNK, it's a similar sort of mentality behind the type of personalities that would require that sort of service. And if you look at how successful that concept has become, and you apply to that, then I think that she will have equal success. And so I told her, let's work together, let's get your business up and going, because eventually you're going to have, a pretty good client base. And obviously, those clients could potentially be our clients collectively. And so, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. That's what I've been doing. We'll see what happens with that. I'll keep you guys posted.
But Cam, if I can, you worked it out. Like exactly what you did to get her is exactly what you do to get another 15 of them. And then you're going to be so busy, you can't keep up. You get a couple coaches underneath you. You just keep going. But what happens is people ride the roller coaster. They do some action. They get a client, and then they stop what got them the client. They start servicing their client, and then they circle back to it. What you've got to do, like, game is not a game. It's not a game of, it's a game of consistency. That's what I'm trying to say, right? So if you help 3 business owners every single day, it's why I write my daily email, right? Again, I'm helping, I got, 100,000 people on the database, and I send it out. Some people read it, some people don't. Some people send me back abuse and tell me blah, 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 right? But I know that I also get the emails back going, oh my gosh, your email's the only one that I read. It doesn't forget me. That doesn't matter. It's what I do to make sure that I'm helping business owners every single day. And that's the mechanism that I choose. And not everybody buys on every single day, obviously, but over the course of 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, we sign up people with 100% certainty because every day I'm helping them, right? So I'm not picking up the phone and cold calling, right? But that's the same, the genesis of the email is the same as what I just said earlier. So you got it. But what people do is they stop, they write a bunch of emails and it's 30 days and they go, shoot, I forgot about the emails. I was looking after my clients. I got to send another email out. And then their email list dries up and they got to kind of start again. So you got it, Cam. That's it. That's what you do, man. You clearly got the big picture, get up and go. So just keep following through, bud, and you'll be fine. Easy peasy.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm totally with you. I actually come from a sales background in telecommunications, and I was real big on sales training and all these different books. And I remember the movie. I forgot the name at the top of my head right now, but ABC, right? Always be closing. And so I don't believe in that. I believe
Boiler Room.
ABP, always be prospecting, because if you're always prospecting, the deals will close themselves. But anyways, just wanted to kind of share.
I want to change it. ABH, always be helping. Just help 3 business owners every single day, and just good things happen. The referrals, the recommendations, the hey, can you help me with XYZ? I want you to meet my buddy. There you go. But anyway, so do that. But I like it. But again, you don't, what was that thing I used to say all the time in my emails? You don't have a lead generation. You don't have a lead generation problem. You have a lack, or you don't have a money problem. You have a lack of being willing to help people before they pay you problem. I'm kind of making a meal of it, but that's basically what you were reading back earlier. So there you go. Hey, Pat, can I ask anything you add there, bud?
Yeah, for sure. I just think, Cam, if you got a speaking background, that you really should leverage that. I think getting in front of clients and speaking to a small room of clients, maybe in a focus group or something, is just the absolute best way to prove your authority and teach and just wow an audience and highlight things. And I mean, you could, yeah, that's the way I built my practice in the past. And I hope I can do that again as well. It's just, it's a great way to build. Great way to build.
Actually, Pat, you bring up a really good point. Hey, Cam, I want to add this, because what Pat just said too, because you pick up the phone, you cold call somebody, you get them as a client. The way that the other X factor here is, remember, we're not trying to get rich for a week, we're trying to get rich for a lifetime. And what you're going to find is that one of the X factors of live event mastery is you'll get better, more committed, more committed clients. And the reason why is because you've got preeminence and authority with the client when you start. And there's a thing, in fact, Pat, you and I were talking about it earlier today, like initial conditions. There's a dynamic, just think of initial conditions, and things often end the way that they start. There's an old Chinese proverb. So sometimes when you cold call a client and you close them, it's fine and it's a way to get going. But are you going to find your 10 forever clients that way? The answer is maybe, but it's going to be harder than if you do live event mastery. Those 10 forever clients will be significantly easier. It's a longer path, but it's a better path without question. But not everybody has the ability to get up and wow an audience. So there you go.
Hey, I appreciate that. So you're saying, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're saying that when I'm cold calling, instead of looking to engage them into clients, get them into a room so that I can do a presentation, because by doing so, you're going to gain that authority over them. That makes sense. Okay.
And there's a reason. So I'll give you a little hack. When you call them, have a reason. The reason that you're inviting them is what, right? You need a because frame or a reason frame. And what that means is, Pat, it's Pat. Well, because we live in the same city, right? That's why I'm inviting you. Because we're both a member of the chamber, that's why I'm inviting you. Because we're both, so you're creating affinity as well, right? Because we're both a member of BNI, I'm inviting you. Because you're the only florist on this street, that's why. What I used to do is, if you look at local business awards, there's going to be, I guarantee there's local business awards in your area. What I would do is I would invite everybody. So if they came in the top 3 in voting, that's the reason I invited them. If they won, that's the reason I invite them. If they were runner-up, that was the reason I invite them. If they were top 10, that was the reason. And if they weren't the top 10, by the way, I'd say that's the reason. You got to get in the top 10 next year. So there was always a reason, Cam, right? You're blonde hair and gorgeous. Come to my event. Whatever. There's always a reason. So that's it. Good. You own a modeling agency? That's the reason. You gotta come. You gotta come. But no, I'm trying to be funny, Cam. Like, have a little bit of fun with it, right? Like, everybody thinks, oh my God, I'm gonna pick up the phone and call people. If you actually made it entertaining for yourself and for them, and by the way, the event, and you're gonna have some great music. You're gonna have some popular folks. Make it fun. So there you go. That's it.
Got it.
That helps.
And so the second part of that question was, I'm, and maybe this is not a great idea, but what I'm looking to target is Hispanic or Latino owned businesses, whether it's here locally or anywhere in the country, or even if it's in another country. Hey, I mean, obviously this is applicable regardless of location.
Okay, so Cam, yeah. Can I just, look, that's totally, well, the reason is because you're Latino, because you're Spanish, yada, 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 and so am I. So you can do that, but the software, it will absolutely be translated into multiple languages just right now. We got a lot of balls in the air. We got some group coaching software coming your way here shortly. We got a lot going on, so it's not going to be Spanish immediately, but it absolutely will be. Just so you're going to need people that can read English. They can be Spanish, but they got to be able to read and listen to English. That's all.
No, you know,
So,
and so I plan on, you know, I feel that in order for you to have a business and you know, you're going to be somebody that's going to be taking it serious, I think that you need to, maybe for the most part, right, you're going to need to at least read and comprehend English. And so even though, yeah, maybe there's primary language or their or first language is Spanish, I expect that they'll still be able to comprehend the systems. And so my question is not necessarily to translate the software over to English, because even, you know, as we go through it, I can do that myself. That's not a big deal. But my question is, any ideas on how to go about targeting these sorts of business owners? You know, I've got a few ideas, obviously, but you know, hey,
no. There's going to be a Latino or Spanish chamber of commerce. There's going to be a newspaper. You just go to bodies that are, just think joint ventures, and you're going to bodies that are already marketing to them, and there's lots of them. So that's your answer.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Cool bananas, bud. There you go. Glad you opened up, Cam. And Pat, were you going to add anything? What do you think?
No, that's awesome. Well done. Well done.
Great. Cool bananas. All right. Actually, let's go to Diana. Diana liked a bunch of my photos on Facebook recently. Let's open up. Diana Whitley. There we go. Diana, how are you doing, bud?
Great. How are you?
Doing fabulous. What's happening? What's happening in Diana's world?
Well, I've been just slow as a turtle to do this. I'm a hypnotherapist, and I've been pretty busy with that.
Oh, that's right.
The minute I signed up for this, my hypnosis business got busier. So, and I have long periods in between doing things and that I don't remember. So for instance, I just wrote down to be sure and do the live event mastery, because I've done a lot of speaking, but I don't remember where it is.
That's a good question, Diana. No, just ask Adrian or the support guys. They'll be able to point you right towards it. It's all in. It's when you're going through your training and all the itemized, you know, step by step. It's right there. But that's why you've got Walt and Alan there, so they'll be able to point you towards what you need. No problemos.
Walt and Alan?
Yeah. Or
Okay.
Adrian can point you towards it as well. No worries.
Okay. And I just signed up to go to Cancun. I'm very excited.
Oh, you're coming to Cancun. Awesome. Yeah. There we go. Bingo, bango, bongo. Cool. All right. Well, look, so if you had a question on the software and I put you on the spot, what would you ask?
I have to go back and go through it again. I wouldn't even know what to ask. I've only been through it once, and I'm definitely going to need to go through it again, probably 2 more times, because I really can't start calling people until I'm comfortable with that.
That is correct. So tell us, with your hypnosis, what's your superpower? But prior to us, what was your superpower around hypnosis?
You mean my specialties are losing weight,
to stop smoking, or losing weight?
Yeah, I do that too. I had centers in California when I still lived there, and we literally had thousands of clients. About 85% of them were to lose weight, and then stop smoking was huge, and then everything else. And it was very successful for about 10 years, and then the recession took it down. And I've been doing a million other things ever since then, and then decided to go back to hypnosis this year.
I love it. So if you were to give me, so you've helped thousands of people lose weight, get out of their own way. Give me the biggest hack that you could give me. What's the secret? Help me skip the line, or what's the secret sauce?
Mindset. It's not about dieting. It's about having such a strong excitement about being at your ideal weight that propels you to eat the right food at the right time and the right amount without even having to use, well, you always have to use a little willpower, But when you're excited enough about your goal, then that just takes you there, because then it's coming from a whole different place.
Pull instead of push.
Propel, jet propel.
Propel. Well, there we go. Propel, even a better word. Shoot. You must be a hypnosis with words like that.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, Diana. Okay, that's
And stress
awesome.
reduction, also very big on stress reduction. There are a few people out there that are a little bit stressed these days.
So tell me your biggest hack. I'm stressed out. My hair's falling out. What would you point me towards?
Doing deep breathing all through the day and self-hypnosis,
Oh, yeah.
which is a lot easier to learn than people think it is. People think hypnosis is this big, mysterious, magical thing, and it's really a state that everyone's been in already. Like
Yeah.
when they were in a hammock looking at a sunset, or completely involved in a movie and cried when the dog died. Those are all true states.
It's hypnosis. Yeah, I love it. And you're like, would it be fair to say that for anybody listening that learning how to control your breathing would be a superpower?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, like somebody who's stressed out with 100% certainty will have shallow breath. Yes or no?
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. So
Now,
once,
and faster breathing. When they slow their breathing down, and there are different ways to do that. That are the biggest one is 7-11 breathing, where you breathe in to the count of 7 and breathe out to the count of 11 or longer.
Love it.
And that immediately calms down the whole nervous system.
actually, I did 7-7-7. Do you believe in that? So I go in for 7, hold
Yeah.
for 7, out for 7. Does that work?
Good. And I do 4-4-4, or breathing in a box, I call that, or breathing in a trapezoid, because if you make the last one even longer, that's even better.
Cool. I love it.
And yeah, those
Awesome.
are really powerful.
There we go. Okay, Diana, I love it. There you go. Keep kicking butt. Go help some business owners get out of their own way through some hypnosis.
Oh, and that's what I've added now, is hypnosis for business owners.
Yeah. Oh, that's a little bit. There's your niche right there. Boom. Yep. Cool. Okay, awesome. Okay, Diana, appreciate you, buddy. We're gonna put you back on mute. And I'm coming. Dave McKenzie's got his hand up. Mr. Bob and Doug. You're self-muted, buddy. There he is. Dave, you are live. What's happening?
You're going to get other languages for the software, so you'll have to remember the old Bob and Doug language. Get some for the hosers.
Listen, give me one. What do you want? Give us another language. Give us the Bob and Doug language.
Oh, all you guys there is a bunch of hosers.
No, you got to go whatever. What is it? There we go.
Practice.
Cool.
That's not why I raised my hand, but anyway. So
Okay, there we go. So tell us this month. Oh, yeah, sure. You had a question? What's your question?
Yeah, just a tip in helping business owners. You were talking about on one of the calls about Michael Gerber, which I agree with everything you said, by the way. But he had one really neat one about working on your business, not in your business. What is a business owner worth to his company? Let's say he has $1 million business. What is he worth per hour to the company?
Yeah. So you want me to throw a number out, or you're
Throw a number.
rhetorical? Yeah, $1,000 an hour. How's it sound?
Okay, no. At $1 million business, he's worth $500 an hour. And if you do, how you arrive at that is you take the sales of the company divided by 2,000 hours, which is 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year. So he takes a couple of weeks holidays, and that comes to $500 an hour. I did one the other day with I got a sale the other day because I did it with the guy at a $3.5 million company. So that worked out to $1,750 an hour. And he was blown away with the idea of it. So if you're a $1 million business and you're worth $500 working on the business, why are you running across town to deliver a $50 box to a customer that you can pay somebody else $14 an hour to do that? So, but just by showing the customer that he's wow, $1,750 an hour to work on my business, and I'm doing all this other shit. So
Yep. I love it. And you use that. Basically, what you're saying to everybody is you use that strategy to close this coaching client that was doing $3 million a year.
3.5 million a year, yeah. Because when he's seen what he was worth working on the business rather than working in the business. And I mean, small businesses can't go 100% to working on the business and not work some in the business. But just to say, why am I doing this when I could be farming it out to someone else or something like that, when I can be working on my business, and then we can come in and coach them on that. So.
Yeah, I love it. And for everybody listening, so Dave's done the math for you. So if it's $1 million business, it's $500 an hour, which would mean if it's a $2 million business, it's going to be $1,000. A $3 million business is going to be $1,500 an hour. So easy.
So it's easy. Just take the total sales, and even a $500,000 business is going to be $250 an hour. Yeah, and so if a $500 business is going to think $250 an hour is a pretty big number. You know, so
there we go.
Yeah, just take the total sales divided by 2,000. That'll give you your number.
What did you, the $3.5 million guy, what did you close him on? Like, how much is your coaching fee for him?
$5,000 a month.
Boom. So this month, what do you have? Everybody gets excited to hear your numbers. What are you on pace for this month?
In April, I'll easily do 60. Yeah.
What'd you say? 50 or 6? What'd you say?
60. I'll do 60 this month. I got a couple of kind of big short-term things that I'm doing. And along with right now I'm up to 28,000 every month booked, and then I'm adding stuff
in recurring.
Recurring.
Good stuff. $60,000 a month. That's what we want to see there, Bob and Doug. Well done, bud.
Okay. Chat later.
Awesome. Okay. Any other question for us? You all good?
No, that's everything. Just waiting for the big announcement.
You got great addition. Great addition. Okay. What do you think? Pat, Pat, should I take one more question here before you do the show us your magic?
Yeah, let's do one more and then we'll go.
Okay, Linda Lewis. Linda. There she is. Linda Lewis, how are you?
Awesome. Good to talk with you today. I have a question. I saw Pat do this one other time and I forget how to do it. It has to do with stopping the 52-week drip campaign that is automated in our program. But then if I stop it because, you know, it's getting way ahead of the client and we need to work on some other things, how do I restart it so they can get back into those?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I can answer that. So that you don't do it here where we're at in Profit Acceleration Software. So this is your e-learning system you're talking about, right? Your membership site?
Yes.
Yep. So what you got to do is, like, let's say that I'm going to be on, I'm at week 12. When you restart me, you got to go back and just count back 12 weeks. Start me on that date. And then basically 12 lessons will be opened up. That's the answer. So you just, real simple, you just, pull out your fingers and start counting. You just count back weeks, and that's how you do it.
Okay. If I want to skip a couple and go to another topic that's, say, week 21 or something, I just
you wouldn't. No, the 52. I mean, you could do that. That's getting a little bit funky. You're probably going to find that most of the lessons are going to be back there. Like, I think a situation like that is that, again, easy. Let's just say it's goal setting, it's time management, it's staff recruitment, staff training, staff development, leadership, cutting costs, like whichever one of those lessons, just go find the lesson in your system and then just send them a link. And then they'll go straight to the 30-minute video, as opposed to try to get funky with the 52 weeks. Because the 52 weeks is a curriculum and it is designed in a 52-week manner for a reason. Like, it's chronological order, step by step. I wouldn't be jumping around on that. But if you do want to pause somebody, that's all you do. You just, just stop the membership, and then it's time to start. And I'm going to go on week 13. Again, you just count back 12 weeks, press go, and the next lesson that will come out will be week 13.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Linda, good stuff. Put you back on mute. All right, Pat, over to you, my man. Over to you.
All right. you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
So of course, some people have been asking for marketing assets for the software. So if you guys can go into the new resource section, you'll see software marketing assets. And just scroll to the top. We see trifold brochures here. We've already got those. Those are things you print out at home or you send to a printer and make sure you have just, print on nice paper, good quality. These are good if you're going into a small business. If you're going into a larger business, let's say $1 million plus, you want to bring something a lot nicer than a trifold. So we have these corporate brochures. And you can come in here, you can see samples. They're all watermarked. I'll just open these up here. This is the past corporate brochure. It's a 12-pager. It's hard to look at it in this light here because, it's because it's 12 pages. This is the back page on the left and the front page on the right here. And actually, it says here there's a little typo here, but it's taken off on the actual brochure. Everything they've ever been taught about growing their business is wrong. So we've created this whole thing. This is the one part you get to customize here on the left is your photo, name, position, company name, contact details, things like that. That's the only customizable part of this. So you go through here, you'll see we're doing some research. It says, let's look at some of the biggest problems. We're trying to educate as we go. We think of content marketing. This page here, I think, would be page 11. So we have, here's some more education here on the right. It's kind of sequential. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a video and actually print one of these out in a day or two and show a video of how it looks. But you have all these different steps. We show the software. It's just trying to be, great quotes, an example of a process we follow, which is the conversion equation. So, so if you want this brochure and you're just willing to say, yep, I'll take everything, but all I want to change is this, we can do that for you. Otherwise, we would give you the InDesign file, because the thing we have to avoid is having our designer go back and forth with you several times and say, oh, can you change that word to this, or can you change that color, or you can change the image, and we can't get into that. So if that's the kind of customization you're looking for, we'll just give you the InDesign file. You'll have to take it to your designer. We also have a digital acceleration software brochure, and this one is 8 pages, a little shorter, but what we're trying to do is also have some education throughout here. Different ways that we can help clients, step 1, step 2, things like that. Here's this pie chart of business growth possibilities. And you see how we say start here. And these are the 15 areas of the digital acceleration software. So you can have that. Our philosophy is simple. We work on the core. Amateurs tell you to start over here with Facebook ads. So we're just trying to disempower our competition in digital marketers. So that's a little 8-pager. And then if you're a licensee, we just created, as of yesterday, a licensee brochure. This is also an 8-page. And let's see here. This kind of really talks about the main highlights of what we're offering for coaches. A couple places on here you can customize. One is this section here. And it could be the same as the other ones here, just how you see where is it? You have this photo, name, company name, all that. We can do the same on the licensee. The other place is your fee, your monthly maintenance fee. So maybe a licensee wants to charge significantly higher or lower or whatever. It's up to them. I don't know. I'm in my market in Kenya, and I think if I go out and bring in clients, the $997, or bring in coaches, $997 would be probably too steep for most people. So you see up here, it says virtually no risk to you. And down here, it said what others charge. Well, when you put this all together, it's going to be opposite page of each other. So it's going to just be it's going to look like it belongs together. Talks about the software as well. Gives some images there, what the e-learning system does. So just some nice images in there. So when you go in the software, you click on again, I'll go there again. You click on resources. You go to software marketing assets. Probably have to scroll up. You click on corporate brochures. You'll see the 3 samples. And then this is the brochure customization request. Just a note here. This is not a 1-day turnaround. We're looking at 4 days. So if you order on a Thursday, hopefully you'd have it by Monday. Order on a Monday, you'd have it by Thursday, kind of deal. Put your name in there. This is the info you want. I'm sorry, hang on. This is your info. Click the brochure you want. You can click all 3 if you want. If you click licensee brochure, it opens up at the bottom your monthly maintenance fee. That goes on there. That's what you'd be charging your coaches. If you don't click that, it won't appear. Make sure you clicked it's okay to charge a credit card. It's a one-time, one-change request. That's it. If you're in America, you would charge, or Canada, you charge or click 8.5 by 11. If you're overseas, we have A4 as well for those people who are in UK or wherever around the world. Upload your photo, upload your name like you'd like it displayed. Just follow all the links here, put in what you can. And it says here, note the only customization we can provide is your name, photo, contact details. If you require other changes, you'll be sent the InDesign file. You can take it to a designer printer of your choice. In this case, the one-time fee remains at $19.95 one time. If required, please email support at no results-no fee. Do all that, submit it, and you'll have a brochure sent to you for your go-ahead, to give your go-ahead within 4 days, and then you say yes, and then it's just sent to you probably, could be the same day. So that's these corporate brochures. What do you think, Carl? You like these?
Perfect.
Have you seen this before?
Very cool. Looks very cool, man. Scroll up, take us, so bring us to the top there. So this is the corporate brochure. Yeah, it's good. Look pretty cool. And then again, guys, you're just going to fill out, like when you see your name, position, company name, you're just going to fill out the box, and basically the guys will populate it and send it over to you, so it'll be ready to rock and roll. But hopefully you like it. And again, and picture, you're sitting with the accountant, the business broker, the networking organization, what have you. And of course, you can email these out as well, but very powerful when you drop it off. Just legitimizes things at a pretty high level. That's the whole idea. So there we go.
Yeah. Good. I'm going to have these printed up. I'm not sure the weight of the paper, but it'll almost be like a card stock. You don't want this on flimsy paper at all. You want to hand it. It's going to have this nice solid feel to it. And I think these ones are an A4 size. They're a little bit narrower, but the letter size are almost identical. So yeah, I think this will create a great impression as you walk into a bigger business. They say you're not someone that is just coming out of the gate with a little flyer or something. Like, you've actually got some really world-class marketing material behind you here. So there we go.
Cool. I like it. If anybody's got any questions, feel free online. Can you send this? Yeah. So Diana, can you send this online? Of course you can.
Yeah, so they'll create your PDF. The designer will create the PDF. You'll get the final copy of PDF. The problem is when it comes out, it looks like this. And so this is not something, I wonder, Carl, if we should create one that just is, page by page, because this is not something you would send to anyone. They'll get this and they'll go, who can we help? Like, why would you start there?
Well, yeah, okay, that's a good point.
Back page.
Actually, the way we need to do it is, but no, all we do is we set it up as page one, it's like a PDF. So it's one, like this is set up as a trifold brochure. We just need to set it up as a, you know what I'm trying, like you know what I'm trying to say, like a more of a booklet as opposed to a trifold brochure that folds in half. That's the difference. Easy peasy. So just be one page on top of the other instead of side by side. Yeah, we should get that done. And that's one that would get and that one would get emailed out, right? In fact, probably what we should do is just call one digital version and then call one trifold brochure, you know, tangible form. Better wording than that, but yeah, good idea.
Yeah,
so there you go.
Designer about that.
There you go. Yes, please. And there we go. And Tony, you'll get the file. You'll be able to play with it. Yeah, Valerie. So there you go. High five, Valerie. You got it. We will. That's coming. Well, there we go. There we go. So anybody else have any questions for us? As always, Pat, good job. Good presentation, buddy. If anybody's got any questions, put your hand up. Hang on, Diana's got a question again. Diana, our hypnotist, what's happening? A question?
Oh, you already answered it. I asked if we could send these online, and then I said yes, please, to the PDFs.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Okie dokie. Good stuff, Diana. I'm going to put you back on mute. All right. There we go. So anybody else got any questions? Put your hand up. Otherwise, we might be finishing this off a little bit early. Dun, dun, dun. And everybody knows where to find this. You just find this in the resource section under marketing assets, in the back of the software, guys. There we go. Well, Kenya, Pat, as per always, excellent job. Everything, I think it looks amazing, quite frankly. And guys, notice that we did, you know, again, Pat's created the digital acceleration version and the profit acceleration version. So digital acceleration is something that you want to excite people in and around. There you go. There it is. Bingo, bango, bongo.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, bud. There we go. Yeah, it looks, I think it looks schmicko. I think so. There you go. All right.
Schmicko.
Okay, buddy. Any parting words for our fine folks?
Parting words. Man, I just think we had some good wisdom shared on this, you know, on this call, starting at the very beginning when Carl was talking to Cam about this high level process and how to get clients. You know, right through Dave was talking about using that strategy, talks about the value of a business owner, and just that's something to keep in your back pocket, I think, about, hey, just what's your value worth? You know, I used to do this, I mean, it's probably 15 years ago in Kenya, I think, when I was living here a long time ago. I thought, why would I drive myself into a meeting when I could hire a driver, you know, for the whole day would be $20, and then I'd sit in the back for 4 hours because I'm in traffic, and I can do work and I can make phone calls and do all those things. So you got to understand the value of your time. And if you want to be making $200 an hour, you should not be doing work that you can pay someone $5 an hour to do, or $10 an hour to do, right? Or hire a college student or one of your kids or something to go and do it. Try and focus your work that's worth $200 an hour. And if it's $10 an hour work, farm it out and just go back to focusing on only work that you can do at that price. So just really little bits of wisdom there that I really appreciate, Dave, that you're bringing that out to us and reminding us of that. I told my wife yesterday I should not be washing dishes again.
How'd that go?
It doesn't make sense. Actually, it's fine. It's just the problem is she doesn't want to do it either because she's worth a lot of money too. So gotta figure out how to get them done.
Paper plates, man. That's what I did. Solo man.
Anyway,
when I was living the bachelor life. Joan has a question. Hang on a second. Let's open up Joan.
Sure.
Joan, what is your question, my love? Hey. Joan, you're live. Can you hear us? Okay, let's try. Maybe Joan's got two profiles going here. Joan, we can't hear you. If you want to type your question into the box, Diana's laughing. Diana thinks I'm funny, in case anybody else is wondering.
No,
Or
she
thinking of.
wasn't. She wasn't laughing with you, Carl. She was laughing near you.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. Joan, hey, you're live.
Oh, good, great. Hi. I'm very new at this, and one of my biggest issues is my website's not up. And I know you're going to say talk to Chris or somebody like that, but in the meantime, they're saying to go out and get leads. So how would I do that without a website?
Because you don't need a website. No, you just,
Yeah.
okay. Little red arrow, you are here. I'm looking at your email. It looks like you got a real estate background. Is that right? Like, who do you feel comfortable? Say again?
I said I attempted that, but it didn't work.
Yeah. Okay, so who do you feel comfortable helping? What kind of, if I could,
My
get a little
niche?
crystal. Yeah.
I don't have a niche.
Yeah.
I worked in an operating room my whole life, so that's not something I can do outside of the operating room.
Okay, well, we got to establish, you got to be able to, you got to look, when I ask you the question,
Yeah.
who do you feel most comfortable helping, right? You want to be able to answer that. You don't have to be able to answer it this second, but this would be.
That's just a question to ponder on? Okay, gotcha.
Yep. And then here's an exercise for you to get a bit of an idea. And this will help you immeasurably. Okay. So
Okay.
Google my name, and then, so it's Carl Bryan, and then real estate case study. And then you're going to see, so I started this daily email. Are you on my email list to get my daily emails?
I think so. Let me,
Okay.
I think I did.
That's okay. If you just Google, I started this one thing, and as part of the first few days, I think it's about day 8 or 9 or 7 and 8, you'll see it right there. And I wrote down roughly 50 ways that I would help a restaurant. And what you're going to find is when you do that, grab pen and paper and write down 50 ways that you're going to help, and just enter the niche. It might be a mobile dog groomer. It might be a chiropractor. It might be a dentist, a butcher, a baker, a candlestick maker, whoever it is, right? Write down 50 ways that you would help that individual. And then I promise you, after you do that and you really feel like, wow, these are real needle movers, like these are the small, the small hinges that are going to swing big doors. You're going to be so excited to get those guys in front of you to help them. It'll blow you away. But that's what you got to, but that's what I would do right there. You gotta think of, you heard me earlier when I opened up Diana, I said, what, the superpower, right? Like, she's a hypnosis, like what's her superpower around that, and she's like helping people lose weight and stop smoking. If somebody's overweight, she knows that she can help them. There's no question in her mind. You could hear the way that she said it, right? So that's what I'd encourage you to do, is think about who you're going to be able to help. Pen and paper, write down 50 ways. I did it for a restaurant. I want to challenge you. Don't just go to restaurants, because I wrote down 50 ways to help a restaurant. You can, but I would challenge you to do it in a different niche where you feel comfortable and you have a little bit of passion, and that's how you do it.
So Google Carl Bryan and
restaurant case study. Restaurant case study.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just going to see 50 ways to help. There you go.
All right.
Actually, you know what? This might be a good idea. Just make sure you go to the right place, but it'll pop straight up. There you go. Restaurant day 8 and day 9, right there.
Day 8.
You see them there?
I see them on yours. Yep.
Boom.
Day 8,
okay.
day
So.
Okay.
That's it. So that's what I do, and that's. But you got to get comfortable that you're going to be able to help people, and bingo, bango, bongo. Cool.
Okay. Yep. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. Thanks, Joan. All right. There we go.
Yeah, I would say also,
Patrick.
Yeah, I'd say Joan as well. Just start digging into the software and start getting comfortable with it. And if you need to, let me book a role play with Holly, and like just learn how to get so comfortable using this and sharing this. I mean, your confidence will go so high, and your closing ability once you get in front of a client will be so much greater, because I think this software really is it's all of our superpower. Like this literally gives you the ability to go in and find a breakthrough for any business in any industry, in any country. Doesn't matter how bad their situation is, you're going to be able to help them with this. So it just so systematically finds the breakthroughs for you, gives you all the questions to ask. So I learned to love using the software, and you're just going to be jumping to find businesses to help. And when you start asking them questions, a lot of them aren't going to say, hey, what's your website? I want to learn more about you. They're just going to be like, oh my gosh, like you could do that. Oh, you could do that. You could do that. Yeah. I mean, the website becomes a business card when you do that. I mean, it's just something like, oh, here, take my card. It's like an aside, but it doesn't become the main thing. I think if you see the software as the main thing, you're going to be going out and getting people left and right.
Yeah. There we go. And that's very, very good point. In fact, Joan, I'm going to open up Joan. I'm going to open you up here again. Joan, can you hear us? Oh, Joan, Joan, if you can hear us, something else you should do. Oh, there we go. Can you go to the role play, Pat, please? You know, the role play. Something else, Joan, you got to book yourself into. Go here. So look, it's going to cost you $197, but it'll be the best money you'll spend this year. It's actually Pat's wife who will do it with you. But basically, it's not mandatory in any way, shape, or form. But what she's going to do is she's going to rip you through the software on 3 different calls, where she's kind of going to do an easy, a medium, and then a hard close. And it's anybody who's done it. The feedback, and I'm surprised somebody we didn't open up today didn't say, oh my gosh, you got to do the role play, because that pretty much happens every call. That's totally something that you should do. So
yep,
that's absolutely something you should do. Okay, so book yourself into
and
that.
And that's $197.
Okay? Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool bananas.
And yeah, Holly will take good care of you. And you see here, there's a Holly coaching Billy Dixon. It might be his second call, actually. We might have to move this. But we literally had a coach come on with Holly today and say, look, I watched this role play 10 times. It was so good. And they learned so many things from it. So pretty amazing. But Billy's been one of our, like, this guy's brand new to coaching. He's got just a great style. So you can watch how he does things and how he scripts things, and literally just follows the process that we're teaching. So in the first call, Joan, it's so easy. Like people come in nervous and they're shaking, and Holly's so gentle with them and teaches them how to share the screen and how to record it and when to pause and do all those things. And super easy to close. Like you get to the end and she's like, oh, I'd love to do it, and then round 2, you come in, it's a little bit more difficult. Now you're sharing your screen when you should be, and you're pausing it when you should be, and you're asking better questions, and you're explaining things better, and you get a little bit more resistance, and you still have to overcome that, and you'll still close the client. And the third time, it just gets a little bit more difficult, but you come out of these 3 sessions and you're like, oh, I can close anyone. And the reality is you're not going to close everyone, but your confidence is going to be so great, and your ability is, I would say, your ability to close a client after this, the 3rd session, would be far greater than my ability to ever close a client when I first started, and I was speaking on stages and dreaming up software 10 years ago. I mean, it's just come so far. It's so good right now. So I just dive in and get this. And then, Holly will take good care of you. And if you need a 4th one or something, maybe we'll send you to Wally or something. Or Holly will just say, hey, look, let's just do another one on me. And we're going to make sure that you come out as an expert from this.
Okay.
It's the goal we're going to give you. So, and if you have a problem, just let me know.
All right.
Holly will take great care of you. Like, she spends a lot of time. It says 45 minutes, but she gives you a lot more time, and just make sure that you're off to the races. So yeah, I highly recommend it.
Beautiful. There we go. And Diana's asking about if you guys don't have digital acceleration. I want to encourage you guys. Like, it's $197 upsell. Very simple. But I got to tell you that you should really have you should have digital acceleration software, guys. I'm just going to recommend it. So, and if you did want digital acceleration, you wanted to upgrade, you just go DA software, as you see where Pat's gone right here. So there's no results-nofee.com/DA for digital acceleration, DA software, and give us the thumbs up, and we'll get it executed on your website. But Diana, the answer is yes, for sure. There we go. Okay, cool bananas. Awesome feedback. Thank you, Kenya, Pat. As always, Joan, before we put you on mute, are you all good?
I'm all good.
Awesome. There we go. Okay, great stuff, buddy. Pat, anything here before we go, bud?
That's it. Yep. We're grinding away. We'll see you guys Thursday, and we're going to keep coming up with good things. We're just doing our best, going as quick as we can.
There you go. Awesome. We appreciate you, Pat. Everybody here, we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on Thursday. Adios, folks.
All right, bye-bye.